Everyone, welcome to the show's two Trump train participants have apologized and agreed to a settlement in a lawsuit brought by occupants of the Biden-Harris campaign bus. As you guys probably remember, Trump supporters plotted to surround a Biden-Harris bus. This was on a Texas freeway shortly before the 2020 election. These people slowed the traffic on the freeway down to 30 miles an hour. They almost ran the bus off the road. One of the campaign staffers who was following the bus in his own vehicle, he was sideswiped by a lifted truck. So the whole side of his rental car was damaged. It had tire marks all down the side. And then the people on the bus say that they were being threatened by the people in the cars. Trump's terrorists were shouting threats at them. Some of them brandished weapons. And this affected the campaign because these lunatics followed them, some of them, all the way to the next campaign stop. So surrogates were scheduled to speak at that stop. But after being threatened and harassed, they said, forget it. They decided to cancel the speeches. So they were literally run out of town. And Trump and his psycho supporters thought that this was just great. They thought it was so funny. They were boasting about it online. They shared videos. That they recorded during the attack. And the local police refused to lift a finger to help. In fact, the police were caught laughing about it and making fun of the people on the bus. So lawsuits were filed by several of the people on that bus, alleging that the Trump train participants violated the 1871 Ku Klux Klan Act. That's an act that outlawed intimidation tactics related to elections, related to voters. There was a second lawsuit that was filed against the police. So the cases are scheduled to go to trial later this year. But Hannah Say, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, it's C-E-H, and Kyle Kruger have now apologized. They've agreed to an off-the-record settlement of some sort. And on the day of the attack, Say posted on social media, quote, "We canceled them." Well, she's changed her tune. In a written statement and an apology, Say wrote, quote, "On October 30th, 2020, I was a passenger in a truck driving as part of a Trump train on Interstate 35 highway between Austin and San Antonio, Texas. I learned about the Trump train group planning to meet ahead of time from social media and communicated through social media and text about when a Trump train would be meeting up to go after the Biden-Harris campaign bus as it drove through our community. While riding as a passenger in a truck that was participating in the Trump train by driving closely to the Biden campaign bus, I took videos that I later posted to social media. In a post, I used the hashtag Operation Block the Bus, which I felt at the time described how the Trump train vehicles surrounded the campaign bus while it drove down the highway. We continued to drive along with the other Trump train vehicles surrounding the bus to Austin because we wanted to stay with the other members of our group as they drove. After the Biden campaign abandoned the rest of their bus tour, I sent a text saying that we, quote, canceled them, as at the time I felt we had succeeded in our efforts to send a message that the Biden campaign bus should not stop for any more events in Texas because it was not supported by our community or welcome in it. Looking back, I would have done things differently. I do not feel I was thinking things through at the time, and I apologize to the occupants of the bus for my part in actions that day that frightened or intimidated them. So Kruger, who's Say's boyfriend, also issued a written apology. In his statement, he admits, quote, "We intentionally drove close to the bus from New Braunfels to Austin to make sure we achieved our objective, that they got our message that we opposed what the Biden campaign stood for and that we did not want them in our community or our state. As part of my participation in the Trump train, I drove in ways that posed some risk to the Biden campaign bus, its passengers, and others on the road. I knew that my driving was risky, but I wanted to express my opposition to their campaign and send them a message to leave my community. While I regret now participating in such risky activity and apologize to the occupants of the bus for my part in the actions that day, at the time, I and other Trump train participants were happy that after our actions, the Biden campaign canceled the rest of the bus tour. So there you have it. They admit that was absolutely their intention, to drive them out of the state. And these people object to it being called domestic terrorism. You know, terrorism, the definition is taking terroristic action, doing things to terrorize people for a political end, for a political goal. So there's still 6 defendants in this case. And like I said, the police are still on the hook, but 2 of these other 6 defendants are Say's parents. So it'll be interesting to see if they settle as well. I mean, they pretty much have these people dead to rights. You know, just like with the Capitol attack, they were all clout chasing. So they plotted online, they bragged about their crimes online, they posted videos, you know, all kinds of memes. It's like they felt invincible. They honestly believed that Trump cared about them and he was going to protect them. Hashtag sad. You know, what's funny is how predictable they are. Some of these people have been going on right-wing podcasts for the last year or so. They're playing the victim. They go out and they commit these alleged crimes, and then they pretend to be the aggrieved party. You know, oh, I'm a victim of the deep state. You know, as soon as they get hit with consequences, it's, oh, this is political. This is just because I support Trump. You know, perpetual victimhood. That is the true meaning of MAGA. I mean, it's like, you know, many aggrieved, gullible ass clowns or something. I don't know. You know, many aggrieved, grifting assholes. I don't know. We got to come up with an acronym for it that makes sense. But anyway, guys, if I hear any more, I will let you know. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please become a donor if you can, or if you can leave a one-time tip. I appreciate all of it. Helps to keep the show going. Thank you all again. Take care. Love you. I'll talk with you soon.